Okay, so here we have our basic skirt sloper. This is the front. Everybody is going to trace out a front and a back of these on manila tag paper, which is what this is. And you're going to be using this in your assignments to create different design elements and learn how to manipulate the pattern. So make sure when you're tracing this out that you keep a very level pencil mark all the way around the outside. Weight it down so that you've got it nice and flat. Go around the entire outside. This has got the notches where you need it, so take your pencil just into all the notches around. There's a hip notch down to the bottom and across the bottom. This hole at the bottom, you can cut that out at the very end. So you want on the front, you're going to make sure that you take your pencil or your marker here and you put it right in the hole of the awl. So this is where when you're actually cutting this out, when you've actually designed your pattern, this mark here indicates there's the bottom of the dart. So when you're sewing, you want to be able to recognize when you're coming to the end of the dart. So rather than using tracing paper and tracing all the darts out, we have these two indicators here at the top. Then we have this awl mark that you use this punch, and you'll be able to mark right through this hole so that when you take a look at when you're doing your dart, you've got your right sides folded together and you're sewing your dart. When you see that hole, you know that you're a half an inch away from the bottom. So this is just an indicator, okay? So trace everything out. I want you to make sure that you trace this line here at the very top is the high hip line. This line here is the regular hip line. So at the regular hip, you're going to put a notch. At the top of your darts, the top legs of your darts, you're going to put a notch. You're also going to draw a line that goes from the bottom of your dart all the way to the bottom hemline. So this is going to be perpendicular. So it's going to be parallel to center front. So once you've traced around all that, you're going to write on your pattern. You're going to write basic skirt sloper if it's the front piece, front. For this, I've written cut one on fold. There's my fold line indicator. This happens to be a industry size 10 pattern. Now put your names on it, something just so that you don't lose track of it. So that's the front. When you do the back, you're going to trace around the exact same. Now the reason why I want you to keep your pens very close to this edge is if you look at it afterwards and if you've gone off, you're adding, you'll be making this pattern bigger. We want to keep it the exact same. So if you trace around it after you've drawn the pencil, your marker should be on the inside of that pencil line. And when you cut along basically where the pencil line was or the outside edge of the marker. So same lines, same dart and everything. The only difference with the back is on the center back. So I should have up here center back, and here I should have side. So center back, just so that we know that this is different from the front, is going to have 2 notch marks cut out of it. So another thing you can do is when you're cutting this out, if you lay both pieces, or when you're tracing it actually, both pieces very close, they don't have to be exact, but just so that you're drawing your lines when you look at this across the front to the back are the same distance apart. Hems the same. You can, after you've done it, you can take your sides and you can line up your notches and make sure that everything lines up. Okay, if it doesn't, take and true everything up by just making sure that your sides are all the same, and that way your patterns, when you cut them out as you're drawing whatever you want for a skirt, when you go to cut it all out, they have the exact same curve at the side. Okay, that's how to cut out your sloper.